World Championship Wrestling has always been one of our most popular programs. The Braves are becoming winning team. Championship Wrestling has always been one of our most popular programs. The Braves are becoming winning.
Well, another week. Still don't have my show together. Still don't have it together, but you know what? Fuck it, guys. We're here live, the Ray Hyclak show, every single Sunday night via your phone, Big Brother device, or your laptop, or your television. If I'm on your television, by the way, my fat head should not be on anyone's television. Just saying. Like, the day I end up on a bunch of televisions and I see proof, oh my God. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it'll make me laugh pretty hard. But it's another week, the Ray Hyclak show. Everywhere you get live streams, pretty much. That's where you see me. A lot of times I'm on X, at Ray Hyclak. I'm rarely on Instagram, at Ray Hyclak. Facebook, you guessed it, at Ray Hyclak. It's where you can find me. You can definitely try to get a lot of my content, but it's hard to find, except for on YouTube. I do a lot of YouTube shorts, and YouTube's algorithms kind of being lame right now, but you know, it's fine. Yesterday I had a hot little start and then it just tapered off. I'm starting to kind of believe in dead internet theory. I really am. I'm starting to believe that there aren't that many people really online anymore. It's just all bots and AI. Because a lot of the responses are from, you know, hot women that would never, hey, Jimmy, that would never talk to me. I'm getting a lot of bots and comments on Facebook now that are hilarious. Some of these like scammers really don't understand like Western culture and don't understand how to scam in this part of the world. It's kind of funny. What was one of them? I'll bring it up. So I'm not going to bring it up on the screen, but I'm going to bring up one of the names of the likers that I got the other day from somebody. I'm trying to find this real quick. Maybe it's this one. It was the Sammy Guevara video. Let's see. No, they all got removed, but like some of them are hilarious screen names that you just... You ask, like, who the fuck taught you how to scam, dog? Like, some of them are like, 50K right now likes your post from AEW Dynamite or Collision. And you're like, does that make you think I give a fuck about your money? Does that make you like think... Or do you think that's going to make me think, oh my God, this guy wants to give me 50K when we've had all the scams exposed now? The Nigerian prince, not an actual prince, just to let you know. That lottery winner that sends you shit on Instagram, not really a fucking winner. Okay? Got it? It's like scammers... I honestly think like that, like, people don't realize cameras exist in their day-to-day life like they should, and that they're hackable. And I've seen scammer call center videos where like guys will infiltrate the camera system of these like scammers in other countries that supposedly work for AT&T or whatever. And to be honest, if you want my shit, I have shitty credit and I have nothing in my bank account, so you can definitely take, the cents out of my bank account, scammers, if you want. If you want to go through the process of doing that, you can. But like some of the comments, man, like the scam accounts that like stuff that I comment on like Facebook and IG, these guys don't know how to scam. We've lost a generation because the internet has expanded so much. We've lost a generation of Middle Eastern, Indonesian, Chinese, and Japanese, Russian scammers. The East doesn't know how to keep up with the scams because, like, once you fool us at least twice, if you're not over the age of 75, at this point now having technology, you're a lost cause if you fall for any scam like that. Well, that was a weird rant that I didn't think I'd get into in the first 15 minutes of the show, but it's what we're here for. We're here for weird rants, and I got an hour, maybe an hour and a half to kill on this, which is YouTube, X, Facebook, through the great people, and Jimmy Ward, who's underneath me, is part of the mental ward on this very platform on Facebook, the Abraham Drinkin Platform Network, whatever you want to call it. George Gresco and the boys, they're going to be on live tomorrow. Jimmy's on every Sunday. Tree is on every Sunday. And I, depending on job requirements, because I'm unemployed yet again, I am going to be probably in the next few weeks here putting together a morning show for Abraham Drinkin and also my channels across the internet that I use. So it'll probably be like a 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time morning show, just doing a little bit of bullshit, and might have just a casual conversation stream if we get enough people in those streams and the chat gets going. Just grab a monster before the stream and keep going. By the way, if you want, it's up to you. Right over here, there's a link for Buy Me Coffee. It's in the description. If you want to write a message, it'll pop up right over here for you to see, and you can donate to the show. It starts at $5, but if you also, there's a Venmo too down there. I'll read comments if you leave them in the Venmo. Even if you leave stuff in with everything, or even if you leave after the show, if you're watching, leave a comment. I'll still read it from the donos. I just haven't received any because nobody watches this fucking show. So make sure, share the show with everyone do the liking, do the subscribing, do the notification bells, do all the things that you need to do for this show to grow. I've had a growth spurt a little bit, but we haven't reached where I wanted to. 200 is the next sub goal. I put it in my description on on the main channel at Ray Hyclak on YouTube, and you can go check that out. What the sub goal is. Obviously, it goes up to like 100,000, but we start small. We work towards the bigger goal together. And for those people that have subscribed in the past 6 months, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 8 months. I was going to say 6, but it's been 8 months. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for being here on this platform and the multitude of other platforms I have on line, but the YouTube channel is the one I really want to build. So appreciate everybody that has subscribed so far to the platform, you sexy bitches. I was talking about scams earlier, and not gonna really get into MVP MMA from last night because I got some updates. I was watching the UFC Arnold Allen Costa fight. Arnold, I haven't had a drop of alcohol today, kids. Should have maybe, but I watched it. It was good fight. Arnold Allen dominated Costa for 5 rounds, got the decision. Wasn't happy with it, but hey, what are you gonna do? And then I kept getting updates from my former partner Tim Danko about the MVP show. JDS, and then I was watching highlights of the MVP show as they were coming out on social media. And I saw today, because they finally shared the 17-second fight between Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. And yeah, 17 seconds, first round. Really, the only thing that I got to say to that is this.
Big fucking deal.
Like, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. It wasn't for any kind of real bragging rights or anything. It was just for Ronda to have one more fight, and the fight that she never got to have in Strikeforce. And then she ducked Chris Cyborg. Ducked her for years. And now she's retired from mixed martial arts, hopefully. And Jake Paul getting all upset during the UFC's big announcement, which we'll talk about here in a second. Huge announcement, July, even though I feel like, well, I'll get into it in a little bit. We'll talk more about the UFC's big announcement here in a second. But like the whole buildup to this Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight was kind of gross. Like, I don't know the best way to describe it, but like Gina didn't look like she was into it. She clearly wasn't into it if she was out in 17 seconds like that. Granted, she hadn't fought for 17 years prior to this. Still shouldn't have gotten the ring with Ronda. If I'm being honest, shouldn't have gotten the ring with Ronda. Shouldn't have even come close to being in the ring with Ronda. It should have been a younger star that could have given her a pressing thing. But Ronda wanted to fight a tomato can. And well, who's a better tomato can than, and all respect to Gina. She's one of the pioneers of this business. She's one of the pioneers of the sport in female MMA for sure. A legit kickboxing champion, a legit MMA fighter from, and I'm going to use these words, days gone by. Days gone by. She doesn't need to be in that cage. She's got Disney money, I hope. I hope that Disney paid her well for The Mandalorian before they canceled her. And to me, you look at that whole card and it just felt gross. You had JDS getting knocked out the way he did by that point karate fighter that got cut in the UFC. Francis knocked Felipe Lins out cold like we knew he would, even though, again, Francis, one of I say it a lot, but I'm gonna continue to say it. I'm gonna continue to say this, but Francis Ngannou is gonna go down as sort of the Joe Louis of heavyweight mixed martial arts. We're gonna look back at a guy like Francis Ngannou who had the world by the balls, had everything, the power given to him by God Almighty, and yet the brain of a walnut business-wise. Like, it's just It's awful that his career got derailed so quickly after becoming UFC heavyweight champion. Like the amount of just crater that was created by his fall so far has yet to be studied by science, I think, fully. We need LIDAR to really get the depth and the circumference of the career ending crater that Francis Ngannou is never going to dig himself out of. He's at the core of that crater. He's there. He's like Boba Fett in the Sarlacc. Like there's levels to the stomachs, and he's not out of it yet. And I don't think he ever will as a professional fighter. But Francis Ngannou is just it breaks my heart, man. As a fighting fan, as a guy who's loved combat sports since he was 6 years old, when he turned it on ESPN and he got to watch boxing for the first time, and then video games started to slowly creep into my life, and going on hockey tournaments, seeing HBO boxing on the cable, all that shit. And then to see a guy like Francis Ngannou, after knowing the history of this business, after knowing the combat sport business history as decently, not great, decently as I do, his career mimics sort of a Joe Louis, where it's just management issues, people taking advantage of him. He has to take fights. Ego is built into it as well. A lot of ego for Francis Ngannou. And when I mean a lot of ego, go back and watch that Dana White clip of him talking about fighting Stipe the first time. The first time when Stipe dog walked him for 5 rounds and wrestle fucked him like nobody ever has or since to Francis Ngannou early on in his career. He's just not like Francis Ngannou will always go down as one of the great what ifs in mixed martial arts history and the UFC. If he wouldn't have held out for money like he did and just went with the system and been an entertaining fighter, everybody would have won, including Francis. He would have made more money than what PFL was paying him. And PFL isn't even paying him now, dog. Jake Paul is paying Francis Ngannou. And that's a Francis Ngannou fault. That's not Dana's fault. It's not Hunter's fault. It's not, the guy changing the toilet paper at UFC headquarters in Vegas. It's not nobody else's fault but Francis by God Ngannou's, right? And just to see that fall, man. Nate Diaz quitting on the stool. Saw that. Pop that on a stream, because I don't have Netflix, but you can find stuff. And saw Nate quit on the stool. Didn't expect that, but Nate's an older guy. I didn't realize Mike Perry's 3 years younger than me. I'm 37. Mike Perry's 34. I look better than Mike Perry, although Mike face tattoos tend to age a guy about 15 years, and MMA and alcohol use apparently. But to me, I think we need to stop this dick swinging contest in combat sports that's been going on over MMA for the past decade now, and end a few talking points that a lot of MMA commentators love to talk about. Makes them feel good. It makes them feel kind of joyous to really talk about. And it's fighter pay, it's health care, it's all these things. And slowly, I hope, because of the failures of these organizations like MVP, like Bellator, PFL, who's restructuring, all these organizations are falling by the wayside, and the one that takes care of their fighters the best has been the UFC. For all the blustering and all the bullshit, Dana has actually taken care of people. Meanwhile, organizations like that GFL, that Global Fighters League, were asking guys to fight for free. I'm sorry. Dana would never ask a fighter, I would hope, to work for free. You know, he'd give him gas money, if anything, if it was a local guy, like $30, but he's not going to, he's not going to ask a fighter, I don't think, fight for free. And if you think that Dana's going to do that, look at the track record. Look at the track record. At least guys who are making 5 to 10K on the undercard are getting money. PFL or the GFL actually had the balls to say, hey, would you all fight for free? Nuts. Crazy. What? No. No. I will say, though, and I'm over this, the MVP MMA thing, but what I'm not over, guys, really not over this, is going to be talked about in the Cavalcade of stories. So let's get this underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Tonight we bring you 3 rings of spectacular entertainment.
It's the Cavalcade of stories where I talk about the news of the day and all the crap in between. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Biggest story of the day has to be this. Let's just play it.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
Conor McGregor is back, hopefully, in thing. Ooh. If Conor wins, does he retire? We'll get to that in a sec. Also watching JDS go out like that made me sad. Yes, I agree with you, Pulse. I don't. Let me add a goddamn chat box to this. I need a chat box. This is bothering the piss out of me. I can do this on the fly here. It's not going to take me that long. There we are. There we are. There we are. A little better. There. Yeah, that works. And then I'm going to pull. And then I'm going to pull down. There we are. And then let's get the fonts here up. Amount of content. Nobody's watching. And if you are, thank you. Rounded thing. Avatar. Where's the font size? Damn it. Font size of comments. There we are. All right. There's a fucking chat box we can actually see now. Let's bring that. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Because all we need is this. All we need is this, really. Thank you guys for watching. So Conor McGregor, they've announced that he's coming back. Let's see how the leg heals. Let's see how he feels coming off the coke and the alcohol. Let's see what he's doing for this second fight against the Hawaiian kickboxer Max Holloway, a rematch from when they were children. All of us were kids. We had dreams and hopes and aspirations. A disease didn't come through and knock society out the last time these guys came to blows inside the UFC's octagon. This will be July 11th. And where will this be again? I think this will be at Timo. Yeah, let's. I'm assuming this is probably going to be at the T-Mobile Arena. This will probably be at the T-Mobile Arena. It's a solid lineup. You got a great debut in Gable Stevenson. No matter who Gable fights, it's Gable Stevenson in the UFC. Nobody thought this would happen this quickly, but he did run through a lot of his opponents on his way to a contract with Dana. And I like it, man. I'm a fan of Gable Stevenson. I thought he got kind of a raw dick deal in WWE, but I think that was more of just a payday because of the fact that Vince loves professional athletes a lot of time. And Gable's the man. Gable's wrestling is superior to a lot of guys, and it's going to be fun. And I'm going to say this. Gable Stevenson loses to Alicia Ellison, and the hype train ends. But he comes out and does the stuff that he was doing on the amateur circuit, on the lower level circuit. We're going to have the new boogeyman at 265 pounds, and he's an Olympic gold medalist from the United States. That's if he does what he's been doing. I mean, he could run the table in the UFC. He's an Olympic gold medalist, for fuck's sake. Last guy to do that was DC. I could see him being another DC. Brandon Royval. Can you drop a link? I want to call. Not tonight, Pulse, because I got some stuff I want to talk about. We can set up something though, or it'll definitely come on. But tonight I got a big story in the Cavalcade I want to talk about involving men and cauliflower ears. So stick around for that. But I'll get you on. I'm gonna start doing calls somehow. I don't know how, but I'm gonna figure out how to take calls. And we'll get something going. But for right now, I do want to talk about that. But this was dropped last night. I love the pettiness of Dana. He dropped this announcement as Francis was doing his walkout at MVP. So, because Jake Paul was complaining at the fact that they made this announcement right before the main event. Like, this was right before the main event of the UFC Fight Night 117, Las Vegas, which is balls. I love Dana for it. You got to respect him. Brandon Royval versus Lonair Kavanaugh. Royval's a good fighter. That should be one good one. Corey Sandhagen, Mario Batista. That's going to be a sleeper fight on this card. That's going to have a lot of action to it. Benoit Saint-Denis and Paddy Pimblett going to do the damn thing. Paddy coming off his loss to Justin Gaethje. And could have had a chance to get a title shot. He could have been on 255 or UFC, USA 250. That would have I mean, Patty just, wasn't able to get that big brass ring moment. But this is the one though. When they announced it, I kind of didn't believe it. Conor McGregor returning. I got to do my Stephen A. Smith voice. Conor McGregor is back in the UFC, announced during last night's fights on Paramount Plus.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back.
I am amazed. I'm kind of shocked that Conor's coming back for some more punishment. I think this might be the to answer Pulse's point. If Conor wins, does he retire? I have to answer that two ways if you really think about it. If you really think about what the fighting landscape is like right now. If Conor wins this fight against Max and Nate would have beaten Perry at MVP last night, we probably would have had Nate versus Conor. There's nothing left. No, there's nothing left except for basically just fights for fun. And I don't think Conor wants to get his dick knocked in a bunch more times. He doesn't want to end up like a Muhammad Ali. He doesn't want to end up like a lot of the boxers that we're starting to see today, except for the ones that were really good at fucking head movement and defense. Even though Conor likes the booger sugar, we haven't really seen any kind of terrible brain rot yet from him, and I like that. I like it a lot. But yeah, what a ballsy move, dude. What a ballsy ass move to have Conor come in on International Fight Week. Patty's best. Patty for the best of Europe. Patty is I think that Saint Denis is going to give him a lot of problems. I really do. I think this is going to be a harder fight for Patty than he actually thinks it is. But if he's able to take Denis down pretty easily, we're good. You know? So that's the Patty Pimba fight. He's just got to fight smarter than he did against Justin. Also, I've shared stream. We've gotten 3 concurrent viewers. There's more on here across the bunch of other platforms. But thank you, Pulse. Hopefully, the people that Pulse shared out, you guys follow or subscribe to my channel at Ray Hyclak. You guys are awesome. I don't think Conor's gonna win this fight. I'm a Conor dick rider. I'm a Conor fan. I'm in the movie Roadhouse with him. He's a fellow actor. If you're wondering what I played in the movie Roadhouse, it was during the flashbacks to the Jake Gyllenhaal weigh-ins at UFC 222 at the MGM Grand. In the movie, you can make out me in the background with me and my friends there for the ride. It was an honor to be in a movie and to have been extra 7,450. It was a good time had by all. No catering, but I'm in the movie Roadhouse. I'm in. You can visibly see me in the movie Roadhouse. It's kind of funny. But my fellow actor Conor McGregor, that I cried when I saw Conor come out during the filming of that, and he talked to the crowd. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun that weekend for UFC 285 when I was out there, and I'm happy Conor's back. I don't win, lose, or draw. Both of these guys have legacies that can't really be taken away through losses. If you look at a guy like Conor, you look at a guy like Max, both men 145-pound champions. Conor McGregor, the first ever double champion to do it at the first Madison Square Garden card in UFC history. Came back against Nate Diaz. I mean, he is going to be, without a doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer. He probably has the Hall of Fame plaque. Dana gave it to him already. I wouldn't be surprised if Dana gave it to him after he won the belt, the second title as the 145 champion. When he won 155, I guarantee you there's a UFC Hall of Fame plaque in his house right now in Dublin that is right on the road to actually being validated. There's no way. He's one of the greatest fighters in the sport's history. In the history of MMA, there's only, 4 or 5 that are close to Conor, and they were after him or on the way out while he was fighting. He was competing in the same cards as some of these guys. He was in the building with some of these guys for publicity. Conor McGregor goes down as a first ballot Hall of Famer. If you don't think that, you're just wrong. You're fucking wrong. He goes in before Khabib does. I saw a video today that really made me happy. I'm going to try and get the guy on. But he went through the amount of bullshit that comes out of Dagestan, number one bullshit. And win or lose, a rematch against Jose is all I want to see. What? I mean, Nate is done. Nate, after quitting on the stool last night, Nate Diaz versus Conor 3 can never happen again, or can't happen. Nate quit on the fucking stool. He didn't give a shit. He was getting the shit knocked out of him by Mike Perry. Like nuts. But I can't like have that Ray, stop. You just saying these things for controversy. People think I am. Go look at Khabib's record. Go look at Khabib's record, the people he fought, and also the rule set of those fights. Go look at the rule sets on those fights on Tapology, on a bunch of other websites, Pulse. Some of them were Sambo matches. They weren't even under the unified rules of MMA. So he's not even like, him and his dad were doing a bunch of those fights, man. Khabib will go down, it will be like remembered as a great fighter, but he's not going to go down as one of the greatest fighters of all time. It's just not. If you no, sorry, dude. And no, Khabib is not going to go in before Conor. No, Dana loves Conor too much. Dana loves Conor too much. Like, Dana's more of a jock rider than I am. I'm just being realistic. Dog. I'm looking at Conor McGregor, and I'm seeing a guy who is one of the best fighters of all time in Conor, and one of the biggest money draws of all time. Khabib was not a money draw. Khabib was a money draw with Conor. If you go back and look at the 1 or 2.4 million buys that they did with Conor versus Khabib, it wasn't Khabib. It was Conor. And yeah, Khabib was sulking, talking, meh, meh, meh. That's all I gave a fuck about. That was the best part about that whole thing. And then for fucking Khabib to just go off on his fucking tangent the way he did after beating Conor was disgusting. I loved the fact he punched Dylan Dennis in the face, though. So we have that. He has my respect on that. But I don't find Khabib to have been a great world champion in the slightest. He was boring. His style was just lay there and do nothing. Why doesn't he marry him? He's probably tried. He's probably gone to Utah and tried to get, but the Mormons, they don't want gay marriage out there. They'll do polygamy. They won't do gay marriage. Oh man. So I'm excited. Like, this is actually going to be one that I do stream a reaction to. So be ready for that. July 11th, International Fight Week. Moss will be in Las Vegas, so I might try to convince him to be my man on the street or use some of his content to kind of show what's going on, or what went on during those fights. Yeah. So yeah, that's the big story that I kind of wanted to talk about. All right. But yeah, Conor coming back, dude. I love it. Let's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
There we are. I do a screen share here. Where is it? Oh yeah. Holiday, my dick. Plane crash. Is this it? But yeah, this is it. Let's go to this Vice article. Right. Vice. Fake cauliflower ear. This will be my last subject of the night. News. Wait, what? Vice.com. All right. Let me search. I'm gonna lose y'all, but I don't care. Where's the search? There it is. Cauliflower ear. Yeah. There we are. I don't subscribe to anything. Suck a dick, bitch. All right, let's check this out. All right. As I'm frozen. All right. So, beta males around the world united to try and do this. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever oh wait, Vegas in July. I'm there. You go do that. Go do that. If you can pay for my ticket, I'd love to go, but I will be watching on television. For sure. But men apparently now, man, what has happened to us males? Like, this is one of the saddest stories I've ever actually read in my life. This story is disgusting. It's disturbing. It's almost borderline sadistic with what they wanted with this. Which is, and I've had my ears hurt. I've had my ears, rubbing up against stuff, helmet stuff for years. I've got a little bit of deposit in there. But if you're paying to have, I'll show you what the cauliflower ear looks like. I want to kind of see if they have a photo. If not, here, cauliflower ear. Let's see some images of this. Yeah. Like this is Randy Couture's ear. This is Randy Couture's ear. Okay? I don't know why the hell you would want. There's a lot of issues with that, including hearing loss. There's a lot of issues that go on with that are kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like why would you want your ear to even look like this? Why would you want, get a scar, man? I'm fine with scars, but not like cauliflower ear, because that's going to affect your hearing. That's going to, your eardrum will rupture if you do it too much. You'll close the ear hole off and you'll never be able to hear because there's just so much cartilage and bullshit just strewn about in your ear canal. Why would you want that? Why would you pay for that? Like, somebody paid to have their ear like this. Let's read this. Let's see if the words come through. There. Cauliflower ear has never been something people aspire to for most combat sports histories, or more for most of combat sports history. It was a thing wrestlers and boxers just accepted as an occupational hazard, a permanent disfigurement from repeated blows to the ear that left cartilage lumpy, hardened, and distinctly pretty nasty looking. And yet here we are. It's not a fun thing. Like I've had my ears ripped against. And it's on a side note, cauliflower ground makes great pizza crust. That's good to know. I've never wanted a cauliflower ear during sparring or anything like that. It does happen. I'm not completely ignorant to the notion that this thing can and will happen, but it's just not something the guys should really want to do to look badass or cool or any of that. Cause it's sad. Like this whole looks maxing and alpha maxing shit guys are trying to do now, instead of actually going through the process of, I don't know, getting your goddamn white belt and building your skill set in jiu-jitsu or MMA. You're paying somebody to basically just give you a front headlock and like squeeze on your ear and rub on your ear. What are you doing, dude? Like that ew. According to Russian Telegram channel Baza, a growing number of Russian men are paying to have their ears deliberately deformed to mimic the look of seasoned MMA fighters. Gen Z, what is wrong with you, dog? Now I gotta widen this a little bit. That's lame. And they're paying guys. They're walking into an MMA gym instead of saying, hey, how much a month is it? They're paying somebody or their buddy who does MMA to just disfigure their ears and fuck their ears up. Like, why? Why are you doing that, man? I never got the whole trends of scarring and all that kind of stuff. The procedure involves compressing the ear to replicate the same trauma that produces, we'll just say cauliflower ears, and it's apparently booked solid. One practitioner. They're not doctors. This isn't cosmetic surgery. This isn't like if they're injecting shit in their ears, they're the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. If American men do this, and I'm wearing a goddamn goofy shirt tonight, there's no way I give a fuck about how I look right now. My hair's kind of to the side. I look like Alex Jones in a rant. And you got this dude, procedures, kiss my ass, or practitioners. One practitioner told reporters he's running a month-long wait list charging 6,000 rubles. I always thought it was rubles. Anyway, 6,000 rubles to get a cauliflower ear. 6,000, about $80 per ear. So you're paying $100, and wow, the inflation in Russia is nuts. $160 per ear or per session. If you want to get one, it's like $80, but $160 for both. Clients wanting a more dramatic effect need multiple sessions. No shit, dog. The stated motivation per Russian news outlets is simple: to intimidate other men. No, you're not going to. Other men are going to look at you like a joke. Other men are going to look at you like a goofball once they find out you're not a real MMA fighter. Like, this is so an exposing fucking, you're a fraud if you've never done anything and you meet a guy with actual cauliflower ears. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The only thing you can do is take the fight if they challenge you and then show and get exposed, or run like a bitch. What are you going to do? Either way, it's a bitch move. You're paying for something that a lot of guys earn over time and gleefully earn it. A lot of guys. I knew guys when I was doing jiu-jitsu a lot who were like, I can't wait to get my cauliflower ears. I can't wait. I'm like, dog, I want to hear still. The trend is most common among men in Russia's southern regions. Is that like Dagestan? Where's hold on. Russia's southern region. Russia's southern region. Let's look at what the Southern Federal District. It's like North Caucasus Federal District. So you got the Caucasus over there. So let's see. It's like Dagestan over here. Yeah, Dagestan. So it's all Dagestani pussies. It's guys who couldn't hang at Team Khabib's place. So now they're paying to basically get what the team Khabib guys get. That's hilarious. Like, these fucking pussies are actually doing this. Though the demand from the Central is climbing as well, but still, it's all fucking Dagestanis. It's mostly Dagestanis. Let's continue. I don't want to watch this video. Men are paying to give themselves cauliflower ear to look tough. The medical downside is considerable. An effective hematoma can introduce pathogenic microorganisms that trigger purulent inflammation. I don't know what that means, which can eat through cartilage. Good to know. Good to know. It can do that. And then reconstructive surgery to fix that starts at $100,000 or 100,000 rubles. Let's go to Google. 100,000 rubles, $2. So it's like almost $1,400 to get it repaired, which actually it's cheaper than a lot of places, if I'm being pretty honest with you. Let's continue this. Requires either rib cartilage or prosthetic implant and sidelines you for up to 4 months for an $80 procedure. So you're basically almost paying 10 times, 100 times, 10 times, 10 times as much for both ears. 160 times 10, 1,600. I think. Terrible at math. Check me in the comments. So yeah, it's 1,200 plus to get your thing back. Yeah, so that's not good. Psychologists offer a more pointed assessment, suggesting that the desire for the brutal exterior often signals the opposite of toughness. Sometimes true strength hide behind a mask of outward composure and absolute tranquility. A person skilled in martial arts may appear indistinguishable from any ordinary person. Yes. However, they exude special calm confidence, special calm confidence that others can intuitively detect. They don't need to display ostentatious masculinity. I actually, for the first time, agree with that statement. I agree with the statement that this is just kind of performative masculinity, because the man that's doing this kind of thing to themselves already has a low expectation and low self-esteem about themselves, to the point where you can mutilate yourself through a means that shouldn't be in your body, shouldn't really have anything going into you to expand that eardrum, shouldn't even be doing jujitsu that where your ears are literally like burning 24/7 to grow this weird, shitty fucking personality, when all you should do is grow a personality. Like, I was on Let the Hate Flow Through You. Shout out to Jordan, Jeremy Shear. And we did looks maxing, and looks maxing is starting to get pervasive in American culture. And you just grow a fucking personality. That's why I shaved my beard. Like, I shaved my beard to do that show, to show, like, look, I'm willing to come on this show, make a total fucking fool out of myself, talking about looks maxing and how fat I am and how I'm okay with it. These cats don't do that at all. These cats, all they do is have their, buddy who's an MMA fighter do it, or go to a plastic surgeon and let's put it back up on the screen here, $80 per ear. That's 6,000 rubles, Russian rubles. Which nuts that it's that bad of inflation right now. Show you where the Russian economy truly is. But $80 per ear is going to cost you to fix it $1,200. There's no reason that this should be a thing. No absolute reason that this should be a thing. And it's a very true statement. I mean, this is, however, this is about the MMA guys. They don't need to display ostentatious masculinity. And that's a lot of beta guys. A lot of beta guys who come out and talk about, and I don't mean to use the derogatory, I don't care, but it's a true statement. Like, you'll never see me out in public talking about how I'm the greatest and how I'm this and how I'm that. I just dress weird. Like, it's all I do. I dress to fit me and what my lifestyle is and what I want it to be. And I don't really have to, look at other men anymore for what's the word I'm looking for here? Role model for what I should and shouldn't be. At all. Why? Who cares? I'm fucking fat. I'm old. I don't need cauliflower ear, and I find it sad that guys pay for it. Also noted that without actual training behind the aesthetic, the look can confuse and more than intimidate. Fake cauliflower ear from a Telegram booked appointment and real cauliflower ear from years on the mat are apparently two different things to anyone who knows what they're looking for. True. The ear, in other words, or the ears, in other words, don't lie. But people getting them might be lying to themselves. It's a true statement. It's a very true statement. It's a sad statement, but it's true. And for guys to be willing to pay for this, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Pure and simple. All right. So I said I'd end on this, but I do want to kind of break down something I haven't been able to break down yet. Let's go to that beautiful thing called YouTube and get this UFC 6 trailer up. UFC 6 trailer. We'll talk about this for a minute and then we'll end the show because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day, even though I did sleep in a little bit, which was nice. All right, let's come on. There we are. Thank you. Don't be a dick. Thank you. All right, share this. Close that. Let's see what we got. All right. Basically, we're going to have the whole screen here. Yeah, there we are. Bring it down. Okay. There we are. Somewhat centered. All right. So this is the new UFC 6 trailer. And they did a game deep dive. We'll play that too. It's only like a 6-minute thing, but let's check out this trailer and how realistic it does look. Actual gameplay. Look at the sweat on Conor McGregor. Look at the absolute detail that they got right now on this. Let's kind of see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Nope, can't zoom it in. I'm just gonna leave that at a hundo. I mean, yeah, look at the actual, and then look at Max. I mean, Max looks kind of goofy. Let's go back there. Max looks good. Like, Max looks pretty good. I like the textures. They're luckily with video games, we still have that uncanny valley with VR and video games still, where your mind can tell you, and I know we're a couple years away from it being a little bit more like, indistinguishable, but for right now, we still got games that are fucking amazing that look not photorealistic, but you can tell that it's a video game still. There's still a smoothness to the texture. So let's continue.
Final round, let's go.
If this is gameplay and how smooth this is, let's just back up and show how smooth this is.
Final round, let's go.
If that's the movement, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, give me my money or give me some money to buy this game. I want to play it. I want to play this. It looks awesome. It's like so cool. Good leg kick. If this, the actual movement is so good, man. Let me bring this down to a point where I can feel comfortable. All right. I mean, look at this. Look at this. So good. You think Conor enjoyed this trailer? You think Conor enjoyed this trailer a little bit? I don't think he did. Let's see this again. Down goes McGregor. So
you want to be a fighter?
They're gonna have Ken Shamrock in here.
Show the world.
Obviously, Sugar.
Born to make that walk.
Yeah.
Different is dangerous.
Volk looks awesome. The shadow system looks amazing. Again, the facial texture and the body texture, I think, will always kind of have that smoothness to it. You can tell. Sure, it may have like shadowing on it, but there is still that uncanny valley that video games still have, and I like it because I don't want to think I'm doing the real thing. You get those guys who play a lot of video games and then they can think they can have an MMA fight because they pressed, L1 and triangle a few times and knock the guy out with some haymakers. They think they can actually fucking do this. And it's like, no, you're playing a video game. It's not real life. Calm your tits. Let's continue.
Rhythm. Combos. Strikes they can't sew.
So what they're basically like, hopefully they've redone a lot of the combat system. I don't EA 5 or UFC 5 really didn't have that tight of a system. The countering system was nice, but like hopefully they do something really cool with this. Also, the fact that Ken Shamrock's in there, I hope they have an NHB mode that we can do. I want a Pride mode. I want to be at the Tokyo Dome in Pride again. I want UFC. I want to be able to build my own arena. I want my own arena in UFC. I want it. WWE does it. Why can't we build our own arena? That'd be fun. All right, let's continue.
Pressure.
Again, the graphics look great. Graphics look fucking amazing. Nice.
These skills become your story.
So they have a career mode, obviously. I didn't play the career mode that much in 5. I did mostly like backyard fights, if I'm being honest. Backyard and Kumite, because I enjoyed those. I was one of the only people that truly enjoyed that. But we'll continue. Dana just looking digital back there.
From back rooms.
Nice details.
Bright lights.
That's probably going to be some kind of like thing you can like fight in a hall of like historic fights, which we've missed over the past couple of years. I've wanted a thing like this where you can go back and rewrite fights, or you can play them how they went, and you get missions for it. I love that. I love the idea for that. Let's see what we got here. My random question is, who's the most underrated female athlete of all time? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of broad sports. How about Jenny Finch? Jenny Finch, awesome. Jenny Finch, awesome. Connor should have a garage sale and let the Lamborghini and boat go for the low. No, dude, he deserves that. He deserves that, dog. But yeah, then you got this, which is going to be kind of like maybe an island that you'll have like they did in WWE 2K26. Yeah, look at the graphics. They're just so good. The details and the tattoos are hot. All of this is good. All of this is good. Look at Bruce. Bruce looks like a vampire. Look at this. What is this? Bruce looks like Shang Tsung. Bruce looks like fucking Shang Tsung. Hold on. Let me blow this bitch up. Yeah, he looks like a fucking vampire. He is a vampire though. Like he is ageless. Like he is an ageless wonder in the best way possible. But this is not a flattering angle of Bruce. Like this is not a flattering at all way to look at Bruce Buffer. I don't like it. But let's continue.
The octagon.
You're gonna have statues and shit. So we will be able to recreate these fights. Like this fight at UFC 300. Okay.
Whether you wind up the hero,
and they're gonna have some kind of like villain or you know hero kind of thing. That's I guarantee you this is probably gonna happen. All of this. This is absolutely gonna happen. Let me tell you, this is going to be a thing. So yeah, this is the new UFC game. Armin's probably pissed off. Yeah, they're gonna do some kind of like Fight Island. They're gonna do like they're gonna have a Fight Island. They're really gonna have like a Fight Island type of thing. The bad MFers, which is probably gonna be like a bar or something. Max, don't know what that is, but there's going to be like a Fight Island. We're going to have a legitimate Fight Island that's going to be multiplayer in this game. That's kind of cool to know. I mean, look at you can tell just what this is going to be just based on what TKO puts in their video games now. I mean, we have the Island of Relevancy in the 2K games for WWE. But now we're going to have like a actual Fight Island where there's going to be like multiplayer and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. And story mode.
It's time you make things personal. Fight.
I want to know real quick what this means.
It's time you make.
So this is going to probably be some kind of like weird gameplay mechanic where if you have the point down, it'll go into this. And if you nail a shot, probably it'll be a flash KO. And that's how you can win a fight. Like, but it can only be done in like maybe the first 30 seconds. I'm guessing based off of this trailer, what really is going to be happening. Cause this is giving up the ghost on a lot of shit so far, and I'm excited for it. I'm very excited. What an ugly card on Netflix. I did talk about that already. If you want, I'm going to have it annotated tomorrow morning. If you want to go check it out. Jake Paul, private section Cade side was actually cool. I agree. He's the promoter. He got his own little like place, but right now we're talking about the new UFC game that they revealed the trailer for and the gameplay. I was supposed to do this last week, but so much other shit was going on. Plus, I had Zuffa boxing to do right after the show. So let's continue with this. Then we'll move on to the gameplay trailer, and then we'll call it a night.
Make things personal. Fight your fight.
Yeah. All right. This will be very cool. Chuck Liddell. Coming back. Then we got Randy Couture this is the first time Randy's been in any MMA game since EA MMA. So this is going to be kind of a cool thing to see Randy back in a UFC game. It's been a while since he's been in one. And then here's like the passes. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look at this. Pre-order bonus will start June 12th, so it's 7 days of early access starting June 12th. Fighter Pass UFC Legends. So you're gonna have guys like Randy Couture, Ken Shamrock, and more. And then the expansion passes for winter of 2026 and summer involved in the pre-order Ultimate Edition. You get a VIP pass, which has 5 fighter skins that looks like it's Khalil Roundtree, Triple C, Yuri, Joanna, and John Jones in yellow tights plus or red tights plus 6 VIP cosmetics and more. Iconic Moments bundle pre-order with 3 3 new fighter skins. It looks like it's Korean Zombie, Leon Edwards, and what's her balls? Can't remember. And then a rivalry bundle, so we'll get that plus fighter points. So that's what the Ultimate Edition is. Do I give a fuck about it? No. Will I buy it? Probably. I enjoy the submissions. Yeah, dude. Or me personally, I love that at least 2 UFC games grappling is easy. First game's grappling was very hard. Extremely. Remember how, like, I don't know if you remember this, Roberto, but back in the day, those fucking, except for EA MMA, the submissions sucked. All of them sucked. If you go back and play like the old THQ games, they were basically just luck at some points. They had like the little thing that went around, but EA really kind of got that submission thing down to a nice little T. So what we're going to do now is
one of the best things.
This is the gameplay deep dive. So this is a 5-minute video and then we'll end the stream. Yeah, let's continue on. Oh, I didn't even start Rumble. God damn it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go on Rumble. Let's just cancel that. Oh God. Hearns was here. Yeah, he's here right now, I believe. But let's look at this gameplay trailer or gameplay deep dive for UFC 6.
One of the best things about MMA is that everyone's fight is different. In UFC 6, that fighter individuality drives gameplay.
So they're going to try and basically have different. I like the way that looks too. I mean, look at the if this is going to be the final stamina cards and all that kind of stuff. I like this HUD. This HUD is pretty badass. This HUD is dope. Yes, that is Pulse, by the way. Our favorite person in the world, and I mean that. Yes, Hearns is the shit, bro. Why is that like that? I don't understand. That's weird. So this is actually pretty cool. You got Yuri and Olberg right here,
ensuring no 2 fights are the same. Now, every decision you make carries the same consequences as the real thing.
Signature moves and likeness. So basically, they're going to have a lot more flowy styles instead of everybody just having a style. He's already kind of put that out there, brother. It's all good. But good to have you guys here. Thank you. Yeah, let's continue.
From the highs of ending a fight with a KO.
So yeah, there's that.
A submission and a takedown scramble.
And then, to
the lows of being dominated by a suffocating ground game.
I don't know. And this is early, but let's watch this again. I mean, Mackenzie doesn't look that good. But let's look at Mackenzie Dern, and this is Jessica Andrade.
Takedown scramble.
It's sort of, I mean, it's okay, but like this sort of looks like Mackenzie Dern. It's early. It's early for me to really make a judgment based off of this, but like it's there. It's there. So let's continue.
To the lows of being dominated by a suffocating ground game.
Okay.
UFC 6 is powered by fighters. A sweeping overhaul of fighter movement,
I like it.
blocking, and idle
good. As long as the movement, it is like, let me, fuck it. I got to put a layer here. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry for taking this away, but I want to bring the chat on the screen here. Where's I want that. I want comment size. Where's the comment size, dog? Size of comments. There we are. There, that way I can see y'all. And be able to read. I'll fix this shit in post. I barely had time to get on today. I just didn't give myself enough time. But so yeah, they're doing that, which is cool. They've overhauled a lot of stuff.
Animations showcases local.
Justin does not look like Justin Gaethje here. Justin's like hair's too light.
Motion,
wow.
Signature strikes, and style, adding strategic.
There's a flow state button. Did you guys see that little thing? Hold on. Yeah, there it is. You can just press that and go into like a flow state. That's going to be a cool little feature. It's going to be a cool feature. Let's continue.
And style, adding strategic depth to your fight. Captured directly from UFC athletes.
Cool.
More than 1,000 new animations and 100+ athlete-specific idols make every strike.
Good. I like that. Chen Sung Jung. This is the Korean zombie fight from the Denver anniversary show. So you'll be able to do the elbow knockout, which is kind of cool.
Flip and move feel authentic to the individual. In UFC 6,
good.
When you pick a fighter that fits your style,
okay,
you step into a matchup that feels entirely
nice.
Real. The pressure of Nick Diaz's fight now distinctly contrasts with that of Anderson Silva's evasive precision.
Nice.
With sapient tech mapping their bodies, fighters are more anatomically accurate. Choose a fighter with a longer.
Let's look at this. They had a comparison up here. Wow, this is massive. This is massive. Look at that. This is the comparison for UFC. The last UFC game, UFC 5 versus UFC 6. Massive difference in tonal structure, lighting. It kind of actually looks more like the fighter in the face, the chin. This kind of looks like they just slapped a face though onto Anthony. What's that guy's name? Anthony Lion. Yeah, Anthony Smith. Looks like they just threw Pereira's face onto a model of Anthony Smith almost. Let's continue.
Choose a fighter with a longer striking range, and you'll feel the reach advantage over an opponent with less.
Okay.
Details like hair.
Yeah, wow. Look at that. Look at the detail in just right here. I mean, this is far and away better. Far and away better. I mean, UFC 5 is derpy. So is UFC 4. But this is actually going to be a good-looking game, it looks like.
Muscles and skin match their
true
life counterpart.
Look at O'Malley compared to 5 and 6. He actually looks more photorealistic finally. Like we're starting to get back to photorealistic games instead of these like shit games that were developed on like Unreal Engine and nobody really could fucking get anything going. You know what I'm saying? So this is cool. This is cool.
Damage is more accurate.
The damage system looks more intuitive and actually more brutal, which I want.
And clothing moves better. All upgrades from UFC 5.
That is a scary. I want to put that as my avatar and just see what people say. But yeah, look at that. Look at the detail in the beard. Look at the detail in the eye. All that's just photorealistic. And I hope this is how this game is. I hope.
5 that add realism to the fight.
Hamzat looks good.
The fight gets more personal in UFC 6.
With
multiple variants for core strikes, you now have the flexibility to get creative on your gameplay style.
Cool.
If you choose Yuri, your looping strikes have more length, giving you the advantage of reach. Whereas when you use Alex, your left hook is more short and powerful, delivering more damage to your opponent.
I like it.
To be a good fighter, though.
Ooh, the evasion kind of looks like it's from the Fight Night games. Looks like they're actually trying to really put some good evasive technique into this game, man. Good.
Also need to defend, and choosing how to protect yourself is just as important as the approach you take when attacking.
Wow. Drinkus looks good.
In UFC 6, 4 new blocking
You
styles
can do
give you more
sturdy,
options to
evasive, Philly shell, so you can do Stricklands.
defend. A balanced
All right.
style, which is well-rounded, featuring responsible hands.
Okay.
A sturdy style, providing you with a stronger block but slower movement.
All right, so that's Derek Lewis's, it seems.
An evasive style, meaning you're fluid.
So they're really putting that in. That was kind of a weird little jump, but again.
Evasive style, meaning you're fluid,
Oh, wow.
faster, and more efficient. And the Philly shell, which comes with some exposure while also reducing damage to the head and body.
Big.
How you
I like it. Look at this. Yeah, it looks
evade also
looks better.
different.
Doesn't look
All
it,
new
do- it
head
looks
movement
doesn't look
and
as
lunge animations, adding another
stiff.
level of realism to the fight. Another layer to authenticity is real-time
Ooh, real-time
Every
contact.
strike lands where it's placed
Nice.
and when it should. New
Nice.
contact windows ensure strikes land on time.
So they've fixed the hitboxes. I like hearing that. When you fix hitboxes in video games, this is my video game John Madden moment. When you fix hitboxes in combat sports games, it's more realistic.
And drive through the target, making every exchange look more precise and feel more visceral.
Nice. Excellent.
With improvements to game
Wow.
physics,
Flash KOs are hot.
ragdolls, hit reactions,
Sterling.
and deformations feel
Nice.
authentic, leading to more impactful and brutal
Oh,
knockdown
they put Tito in the game.
and consistency
Oh my
across the
God.
entire roster. Every fighter knows there's a moment when they're fully locked in.
All right, there's a flow
Focus
state.
sharpens, the pace slows. It's called flow state.
Okay,
When
so
that moment arrives,
this is gonna be sort of a way for you to get a little bit more damage, maybe on an opponent because you're in such a flow state.
in UFC 6.
Okay, yeah, so it just
The
makes you more
overhaul perk
powerful.
system is rooted in real
Hot-blooded
fighting
flow
style
state, hot-blooded flow state, Phoenix flow state,
and strategies. With the
Hunter
new
flow state.
mechanic giving you new ways to gain powerful,
Okay.
limited time bonuses for each
Okay.
fighter.
I like
It
it.
works in 3 layers. A base effect, which
All
gives
right.
a passive boost to your fight.
Like water, reduces damage taken while evading the head with head movement. Head movement.
Flow boost, which help build your flow meter faster for fight.
Flow boost, strike coming out of head movement after evading a strike.
Fighting
Okay,
a specific style.
you can land a
And
strike.
flow state, which adds a powerful gameplay boost to help you finish the fight.
Nice. Okay.
From the 30 perks available, each fighter has a combination of 5 boosts and 1 flow state.
Let's see what some of these are. Checkmate, stronger submission offense, flow boost, deep submissions, attacker submissions, transitions, or submission chains, speeds up submission attacks, increases submission meter, and increases submission drain, applies harsher penalties on deep submissions. And then performing, this one's Kraken, better takedowns from the stand-up. Performing a takedown shortly after opponent. There is no flow state thing. Denying any submission entry. That one is escapist. Tiger, hitting opponent with a curved punch when you're vulnerable due to an evasion action. Curved punches are more powerful and accurate. And then we have Reaper, which is round kicks are more powerful and accurate, hitting the opponent with the round kick from a long range and while they're retreating. That's kind of cool. Those are some cool perks.
Adding an additional layer of depth in fight strategy
Whoa.
with every fight.
Point down, which means they'll give that. Unbreakable, more resistant to stuns. Stand-up strikes. This one's perpetual. Stand-up, spend less stamina in rounds 3 to 5. Okay, there's some good perks. Stinger, straight punches are more powerful and accurate. Cool. Very cool.
With upgraded presentation,
Authentic
every
atmosphere.
arena
So
feels more
this is
distinct.
going to feel
With cinematic color
better.
lighting,
Really
and
looks
lens
a little
flares,
derpy.
adding realism to every moment. Licensed
Oh,
venues
yeah.
have also been refined with site-specific lighting and atmosphere, giving MSG.
Wow. That's going to be MSG for entrances. This game is already gonna be a big seller. Like if the gameplay sticks together, this is gonna be a great game.
MSG, MGM Grand, and
Yeah,
T-Mobile Arena have
Nice.
personalities of their own.
Nice.
Inside the Octagon, 3D spatial crowd audio and ambisonic
Okay.
sound pull you deeper into
They're
the
gonna
fight.
they're redoing the sound.
You'll hear Bruce Buffer announce your name from the PA above your head.
Yeah, nice. Although Bruce doesn't look great.
Fans chanting reactions
But I don't
from
think he
each
cares.
side of the venue tied to
Yeah, Mark
specific
Goddard in the
fighters
background.
that amplify momentum swings and reward
Like it.
success.
Oh, it's
From
Dustin.
unprecedented fighter movement and fidelity
Okay.
to evolved striking and defensive systems, UFC 6 is built around fighter
like it.
individuality, making
like
every
it.
matchup feel different and every style worth discovering.
Looks good. Looks good. And then yeah, there's the packages again. I great. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for that game. I'm pumped to see this game come out soon. It's coming out in the summer, I believe. So we got some time to dick around and kind of speculate on what we'll be able to see on that. So like I said, summer's going to be interesting, especially when we got, the fights coming up at the White House in a couple weeks. I will be live all day for that pretty much. Because from 8 o'clock, we'll be doing the main card, to the end. Hopefully we won't have any kind of fuckery going on or anything like that. But, I do think I went a little longer than expected tonight. But I enjoyed it. Got to do a lot of the fun stuff here with that as my brain is starting to really just go downhill. So I'm just going to start doing this. Why not? Allow the music to play. As we go into that good night, I appreciate every single person for watching, the chat for being here. As we got to break down EA's UFC game that's coming out this year. Talk about fake cauliflower ears. And, got down with some fun. Hopefully my ear isn't bleeding. I did pull some stuff out, but I'll clean my hands here in a minute. But it's the end of our show. It's another week of the Ray Hyclak show here. White House, they've given away a lot of Ram trucks. Nice. But I'm gonna head off. You guys have a great night. Remember, every single Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Ray Hyclak show is live. And hopefully you guys will be back with me next week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channels at Ray Hyclak on YouTube, Abraham Drinking on Facebook, at Ray Hyclak on X, and then the Ray Hyclak show on Rumble. You guys have been fantastic. I am going to go to bed. You guys always remember this, guys. No matter where you're at in life, on the ladder of the economy, no matter how bad it or good it is for you, to get through life, I think we should all have the idea that no matter where we are, we can think that everybody has, or everybody gets bugs. Thank you guys very much. Have a good night, everybody.